A banana festival cancelled because of terrorists. Let's have a look. Good evening, everyone. I'm Florian Heiser, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. I have my stein of coffee, and I thought I'd talk about an interesting one today. Now, if you're fans of Sanity for Sweden, he's already talked about this, and I have been fighting computer issues all day because I wanted to talk about this in the morning. Now, for those of you that have ever done crypto mining, you may understand why graphics cards can stop working after a while. Anyway, now, this is in Murwillumbah. It is a banana festival that they have had forever, for 60 years, and they're forced to cancel their street parade. Now, this is of interest to me for one very important reason, or for two, but personally for one. Now, this here's Murwillumbah, down here, on northern New South Wales, inland. Beautiful area down there. Brisbane's up here, Gold Coast is down here. So, we actually got married in Murwillumbah. Now, I can show you, there is the art gallery there. That's where we had our reception. It's a beautiful gallery too. If you're in northern New South Wales or on the Gold Coast, I really suggest you make the effort to go there and visit. And on, where was it? Over here, we actually hired a park for $50 for our wedding ceremony. So here's the park right on the river, $50 for the day. And this was us having the reception at the gallery. And I'm just seeing how much weight Rachel and I have lost in nearly 10 years of marriage. So Murwillumbah will always have a fond place in my heart for obvious reasons. And for those of you who are thinking about getting married, go country, guys, and don't tell them it's a wedding. Don't go to a special venue. Go country. It can be a bit cheaper, and then you have to limit your guest size as well. So let's have a read through this article. Murwillumbah Banana Festival forced to cancel annual street parade due to cost of anti-terror rules. Anti-terror rules. Organisers of a banana festival in northern New South Wales said the cost of implementing new anti-terror hostile vehicle measures mean they have had to cancel their annual street parade. Now, I'm as far as I'm aware, Australia has had vehicles for some time. I think we got our first cars in '95. Before then, we were just riding around in kangaroos. To all of the foreigners who were watching, we just ride around in kangaroos. But once we got cars, then this obviously became an issue because they haven't just run this thing for 60 years without a problem. I mean, come on, look, it's a banana festival. It's a banana festival. They're driving on the back of a boat trailer. So, the Tweed Valley Banana Festival at Murwillumbah has been held for 64 years, with the parade of floats through the town considered by many locals a festival highlight. Festival coordinator Carol Mudgee said, for the first time, police have told organisers for the first time to implement hostile vehicle mitigation measures aimed at stopping terrorists from ploughing into the parade's spectators. So, that's just insane. We'll have a look at the town a bit once we read a bit more. So the key points. Organisers of an annual street parade said it would cost them $10,000 to meet the requirements of anti-terror rules. The measures include the installation of safety barriers, a traffic control plan, and the deployment of security officers. New South Wales Police have defended the regulation, saying organisers, council and police have a duty of care to ensure the safety of attendees. So, in a little remote town, there's hippies around here, there's stoners around here. It's on the way to Ninbin. It's country town. It's a beautiful area. I think the Krishnas are out here as well. You can get, if you want vegan food, you go out here to get it. There's I think a sugar refinery up here. It's beautiful out there. So they're worried. This little town here in the middle, look, Brisbane is here, Sydney's all the way down there. They need to implement anti-terrorist measures. Okay, what has changed in the last year since they last did this? That the police now are requiring them to implement that. What has changed? What is happening? And this is chipping away heritage of this community. It's chipping it away. I mean, if you've been there, I mean, come on, guys. This is just, it's sad in a way. It really is sad in a way that we're getting to this point. Miss Mudgee said the festival could not afford the $10,000 it would cost to meet the requirements, which involved installing barriers. It has decimated us. I mean, here you go. Look at that. From 1959. 1959. So let's think back. What has changed in Australia since then? What has changed in Australia since then? Is this the risk now that we're living in a world where we've got terrorism and the threat to our remote, tiny towns? Are the police overreacting? A small festival in a small town, we cannot financially get a traffic control plan, then get cement bollards, and then have security officers patrolling the streets. So this year, we'll have the float at the showground. It might be our last year. So they're going to do it at the showground here. So where's the showground? I'm assuming, is that the showground? Here? Could be. Or the cricket pitch. Or it could be here. So, Ms. Mudgee said, while she understood public safety concerns about the use of vehicles as weapon, she believed the requirements were an overreach. I mean, come on. This is like Australian family dorky things. As a kid, you either would have loved it at this age, and as a teenager, if you weren't one of the people, like getting fully psyched up to be on the float and being involved, you'd probably hate it. Or maybe that's just me. In a statement to the ABC, New South Wales Police defended the hostile vehicle guidelines for crowded places, which was developed by the Australian-New Zealand Counter-Terrorism Committee. Well, okay. This is the thing. They developed this strategy, but shouldn't the risk assessment take account of the likelihood of an attack in different locations, maybe in a major metropolitan city? Maybe they have to look at population demographics in surrounding areas. Are the stoners going to be at risk? On the driving back from Nimbin eating too many brownies, they may drive off the road. I don't know. Police, council and event organisers have a duty of care to take all steps to ensure the safety of attendees, the statement said. Well, okay, here's a question. Then why could I stand right on the side of the... Oh, well, okay, I'm thinking of the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games there, but they just shut off the whole roads, didn't they? A spokesman for Tweedshire Council, which signs off on the Banana Festival, said the hostile vehicle guidelines were developed in 2017, but only started being rolled out in regional areas this year. At nearby Richmond Valley Council, General Manager Vaughan McDonald said the council had used creative measures to comply with police requirements, including placing council garbage trucks along the parade's route of this year's Anzac Day and Beef Week parades. Well, that's what you want, isn't it? I guess that's a smart idea. If they block off certain roads, you could do that. He said, while questions needed to be asked about the guidelines, he believes there was a heightened risk. Why is there a heightened risk? Why is there a heightened risk in 2019 in rural New South Wales? What's happening to Australia, guys? What is happening? Maybe we're following the path of certain European countries. So, if you put all these tightening of requirements in the Sydney CBD and other areas, obviously there may come a point in time when those people who feel inclined to terrorism, they might travel to a festival in regional areas to make a point. Oh, yeah, that could be it. That could be it. That could be it. However, Murwillumbah local Carmen Stewart, who has convened a community meeting to try to save the Banana Festival Parade, believes the rules were tearing into the fabric of regional towns. Well, yes. It's a great concern that possibly nationally this legislation is having an impact on street parades, on community events, because if you stop people gathering, you lose just not things that have a heritage, but that's when trust breaks down in the community, she said. Now, this is interesting because I read this morning. Has this been updated? Okay, it has. Interesting. I read it this morning and had mention of ISIS in it. There was a comment here, and I didn't take a screenshot of it, Florian. I did not take a screenshot of it. I should have. someone made a comment. They said, I wouldn't think ISIS would come out here to attack us. And that's been removed. Rachel sent it to me at 7 a.m. I wanted to beat Sanity for Sweden to report on something in my own bloody backyard. So I thought, oh, that'll be interesting. Because they're linking it to, the heightened threat of terrorism. And it's been removed from this article. Well, there you go. Because according to Kosher, we all know what the greatest risk of terrorism is here in Australia. Sure. Yep. I mean, I'm of two minds of this. I understand why there's a duty of care on the organisers, but I've got a lot of confidence in our security services. They've done a very good job. We've been very lucky here in Australia. And I bet you they catch a lot more than we realise. And what's the price to these communities? Is this giving in to the terrorists? Is this letting them win? By saying, you have irrevocably changed a part of our culture. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this happening to the Banana Festival. Would you attend? Do you think it'll be the same if they're just driving around the showgrounds, if it's not going through the streets? Should the police at a state level be able to dictate this to local councils? Should the risk assessment process for regional areas be different to these ones? And if someone's going to drive out to this here, or someone's planning to do this, surely people would know. If you're in a community and if someone was going to go and do an act like this and told someone about it, would you speak up? Anyway, guys, it is kind of sad. It really is. I mean, it's a Banana Festival. I would probably go to this now as a father with children because my kids would love it. They'd love seeing it. They'd be excited about it. They love bananas and would make a day of it. Maybe I should. You know what? I might go just to support it, but we'll see. I'll talk to Rachel about it. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ding the bell to see my daily videos, and let me know what you think about this one. Because honestly, it feels real sad. It feels sad. Anyway, see you tomorrow.